Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm doing our week ahead reading. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. So these are timeless readings, so whenever you feel guided to watch the video, that's when you should watch, because that's when it holds a message for you. Be sure to watch your sun, your moon, your rising. You can also watch your Venus sign. It depends what aspect of your life you want to focus on, and you can watch that particular placement. Of course, you can cross watch if that's what you want to do. This week I'm using the Steampunk Tarot deck and the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. I'm running the specials, so all the information on the quick turnaround specials is in the description box below. Thank you to everyone who's taken advantage of that already. It's lovely working with everyone. Information on my usual readings that I offer is also in the description box below. If you wanted to have a look, it's there. And please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much if you have. It really helps out the channel, and hopefully it gets people to find me more easily that, you know, could benefit from the messages that are coming through me. So thank you all for your support in that way. All that being said, let's begin, right? Let's begin. See what we have going on. I've shuffled and cleared the decks and everything already. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, so we're going to start with Aries. Hi, Aries. How are you? Thanks for joining us. If you're skipping ahead, also watch the intro because there's information for you there. So let's see what's going on for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. Aries. Okay, so we have the Hierophant that flew out. I'm going to put them back in. A focus on family, a focus on long-term, putting down roots. Could be commitments being made that are long-term. Could be romantic, it could be professional. Seeking expert advice also comes up, Aries. I don't know if that's a theme or your advice. So what's going on for Aries in the week ahead? In the current situation, we have the Star. As your challenge, we have the Five of Cups. In the outcome, we have the Ace of Cups. Interesting. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. Well, for some of you, this, quite simply put, is a reconciliation that is possible. It's something that you welcome. It's something that you've been wanting, okay? Because you have the Star card there. It may involve an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. Because your challenge is whatever ended, you were either not happy with the fact that it ended, or there was unfinished business there. And listen, this can be romantic, absolutely, but it doesn't have to be, okay? It's just the opportunity to either rekindle something or make peace with something or someone. Say your peace, clear the air. That can draw you closer together. That can give you a new beginning for whatever this connection is. Whatever it is that was lost, you felt like it was lost, or it left you with a longing either for the exact same thing or something very similar, because it could also be going on in work as well. And whatever it is that you felt was lost, I feel like it's coming back around. It could be the exact same thing or same person that you're thinking of, or it could be a similar situation. Does that make sense? That is actually a proper fresh start for you. Let's get more information here. I also see like start and stop energy with selling or buying a home, and it's almost like you get your hopes up and they get crushed, and there may have been a recent setback in that department. And I'm seeing something where you were told a yes, then you were told, oh no, actually it's no. And now they're coming back yet again and they're saying, no, actually we figured it out and it's a big yes. Okay, does that make sense? Current situation, we have the Strength card with the Star. With the Lover, with the Five of Cups, we have the Lovers, and with the Ace of Cups, we have the King of Swords. Yeah, so now we have the King and Queen of Swords on the board. Under the Queen of Swords, we have the Six of Swords. Bear with, I'm just going to change the lighting because this lamp is giving me a headache. Okay, so hopefully you can still see the cards okay. I know with the other ones you probably see them clearer, but I can't. I can't really read them, can I? But yeah, it's something that moved away from you, or you had to move away from it. It's something where you felt like it was just taken away, and it left you in this place of just pain, hurt, sorrow, disappointment. It will be a relationship for a lot of you, because we have the King and Queen of Swords on the board, and the Lovers, not to mention the Lovers. So that talks about significant connections and relationships. Definitely air sign influence here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, here we go, that's better. Yeah, so you see something that you already found your wish come true when it comes to this particular situation or person, and it felt that way. So you were completely happy having found that, having had that. Something happened and it went away. It might have been a third party influence, and third party doesn't always mean cheating. It could be, you know, someone's family that's too involved in the dynamic, too many cooks in the kitchen type of situation. Someone not having their priorities straight, and they keep giving time and attention to other people, other responsibilities, not so much to the relationship kind of situation. And it caused this loss, it caused this separation. But I feel like someone has a lot to say now with the King of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Someone's grown up, someone's figured out what they want, someone's figured out what they did wrong and why, where that came from. There's a lot of self-work that has gone on with this person, or this could be you. For others of you, definitely seeing something to do with movement, movement, physical ailments, because I'm seeing the King of Swords, Queen of Swords as physical practitioners, medical practitioners, where again, something to do with the strength of the body, or your ability to walk or move around freely. There's, yes, we have the answer, try this treatment, the treatment doesn't work, and it's like, oh, okay, so it wasn't that. But then they're like, no, we have the answer, we just had the wrong treatment, or we had the right idea, we were looking in the wrong place, or something along those lines, okay, is being cleared up, revealed, and fixed at this time, which is very Mercury retrograde energy, isn't it? But either way, I feel like it's definitely confirmation that you were on the right track to begin with this opportunity, with this role, with this person, with this idea, whatever it is. You had the right idea, you were in the right place. Yes, that was like a wish come true. Yes, that was the answer. Yes, that was the thing or the person for you. But with the Mercury retrograde energy, they had unfinished business somewhere, you had unfinished business, something happened, you got pulled apart, or too many cooks in the kitchen, you kept getting conflicting advice or conflicting diagnoses or something along those lines, right? And now it's like, no, we have the answer, we know what it is. You can breathe a sigh of relief. For some of you, could be something to do with your heart as well, physically as well as metaphorically, and something can finally be put right. So that's pretty awesome. So let's see, Oracle energy and advice for Aries. I mean, it's pretty short and sweet, I suppose, but it's awesome news. Okay, here's 3. We're gonna do 3. Bottom of the deck, we have awakening. Yeah, definitely some sort of an answer. Waking up to something, seeing the light, seeing the answer, clarifying something, being able to speak the truth, finding the solution. That's definitely what's coming up. So we have divine timing, definitely to do with the Mercury retrograde for a lot of you. But again, something that it wasn't right before, it wasn't ready before, right? Right person, wrong time, right opportunity, wrong time. And this is now coming back around because the time is right. We have grace. And with the star card there, I do feel like for the most part, it was very, very disappointing, to say the least, for you, okay, when this didn't come through, or when it stopped, or when it went away. But I feel like the fact that you were able to almost like take it on the chin, the fact that you were able to stay calm and to continue to look for solutions, okay, to be in your grace, as opposed to getting vengeful and vindictive and mean, right? That is also kind of what has brought it back around to you. Does that make sense? And protection. Definitely seeing Aquarius energy, the star energy here again. Yeah, this was definitely something that was meant for you. It was always for you. But again, the timing was wrong. The timing was off, or not the best it could have been. And the fact that you stayed graceful and balanced and poised and positive and kept looking for solutions, kept, you know, trying to figure out the best approach here for not only you, but everyone else involved. So you stayed in your grace. That is what is now bringing this back around, okay? Because enough time has passed. Whatever needed to happen that hadn't happened before has happened in the meantime, so therefore the situation is now ready. You're now ready, they're ready, the opportunity is ready. And I keep getting this start-stop energy, okay? So that's how you're going to know what this is talking about for you. I keep getting this start-stop energy where, yes, I found it. Yes, I found the one. Yes, we found the solution. Yes, I found the right job. Yes, I found my dream home. Yes, I got that. And then it was like, oh no, actually, not so much, right? And there's been some time, there's been some soul searching. You stayed in your grace. You tried to learn from the experience. You tried to stay positive and tried to just kind of just go with it, because there's not a lot else that you could have done, right? With the Strength card there, just keep yourself together and keep going towards the goal, accepting the fact that, okay, maybe that wasn't the best avenue. It felt like it was, but maybe it wasn't. So I'm okay to accept that and continue to look for the right avenue towards this dream of mine, or towards this answer. And that's what is now bringing this back around, okay? So beautiful energy here for you, Aries. You're gonna have to tell me what you're dealing with, because it can be anything, and it will be different things for everyone, but it's really, really good. And you get that confirmation that you were right all along, which is always nice to get, isn't it? Okay. All right. Moving on to Taurus. Hey Taurus, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. And if you're skipping ahead, please be sure to also watch the intro. There's information for you there. What's going on for Taurus? Flipping heck. Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Okay. In the situation, we have the Five of Cups, and the challenge, we have the Star, and the outcome, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Similar to Aries, for some of you, dealing with an Aries, or you're a cusper, because it's literally the same thing, okay, for some of you. Something that was lost, but you are not. It's a little different in the fact that something was lost, but you have not been able to release it because you thought it was your happily ever after, whereas with Aries, it was a little bit the other way around. But it is coming back around. You're manifesting, I was going to say. You brought it back around with the Magician at the bottom of the deck. I also get this sense of someone keeps trying to get through to you. They keep making you the same offer. Okay, so if it's a person asking you out and you keep saying no, if it's someone asking for a second chance, you keep saying no. If it's someone, they keep talking to you about how you should go for this job, or how you should go for this promotion, or how you should go, you know, take that class and do it with them, or whatever, and you keep saying no because you have been in this kind of low energy kind of place, suffering some sort of a loss that's knocked your confidence. But the challenge is with the Star card, it wasn't going away. That's number one. And number two, the challenge was you actually saying yes to something. Okay, and I feel like you're saying yes to that this week, which literally creates this big blessed change in your life that was meant to happen all along, but you kept fighting it. But it's the type of thing where it can't happen without your permission. It can't happen without you inviting it in, right? And so that's what you've been struggling with, Taurus. And now this week, for whatever reason, it's like you've been in the Five of Cups energy, where it's pretty much doom and gloom and despair and sorrow, and your challenge was to try to see something positive, to try to find something to be hopeful about, right? Because that's what the Star is, to try to find inspiration in something, to just kind of lift you up out of this very, very negative energy. And I feel like you've been trying, because you have the Magician at the bottom of the deck. You've been trying. You've been reading up on things. You've been reading up on manifestation. You've been reading up on healing. You've been reading up, I hear, inner child for some of you. Trauma to do with the inner child. You've been reading a lot on that, studying that, and then applying what you've learned and applying it in little ways with little things. But it all adds up, right, to produce this massive change. And it's like one day you wake up and you say, instead of when this opportunity comes back around, when this conversation happens yet again, where before you wouldn't even let them get the words out and you say no, now it's like it doesn't feel like you want to say no. And it's like, you know what, I'm going to say yes, see what happens, right? I'm not seeing it as you completely over the moon, ecstatic, oh my God, yes, let's do this. But I'm seeing you say, you know what, I don't want to say no. I want to see where this goes. And it's that openness and willingness and hopefulness at the end of the day that produces this really big change for you that is very, very blessed, okay? Which is awesome to see. Let's get more clarity here for Taurus. So with the 5 of Cups, we have the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, you've been in this place. You've been stuck in this place for a very long time. And you have been struggling to get out of it because you were very fragile, and afraid of getting hurt. It's almost like, you know, what they say where, when I heard something like, I can't take another heartbreak, I can't take another disappointment, I can't take another rejection. And so you stayed in that place, put some walls up, but it was still a very painful place, it was still a very raw place, and you kind of boxed yourself in there. Does that make sense? To the point where you realize, you know what, I need to do something about this. It's been going on for too long. I need to create some sort of change here. Turn things around. Focus on something else. See if I can even do that. And that is what has sparked this new journey, this path. 6 of Wands with the Star, absolutely. Choosing to say yes. You go from the 5 to the 6. And with the Wheel of Fortune, we have the 2 of Swords. I feel like there's so many blessings coming in you don't even realize. You can't tell the impact of you saying yes to something this week. You can't tell the impact it's going to have. It's impossible for you to tell, but it's going to be huge. Under the Magician, we have the 2 of Wands, see? Literally a whole new life. You're manifesting a whole new life. And it starts with you saying yes to something that you've been saying no to. Now, this isn't an excuse to take someone back that has been absolutely horrible to you. I do want to say that. This isn't take that ex back that's toxic, or rekindle your connection to that toxic person in your life, whether it's family or friend or whoever. That's not what this is. It's not that type of something coming back around. It's something that is positive and uplifting, where it made you feel like you don't have the energy to get your hopes up to match the level of positivity that this opportunity presents to you. Does that make any sense? Right? So if it's like they keep telling you, oh, you should start searching for a job, start applying, start putting your resume out there. It takes a lot of energy, right? And before you would have looked at that conversation and gone, you know what, the amount of time it's going to take me to I have to sit down, I have to rewrite my resume, I have to update everything, I have to look and see what is out there. And when you look, you start to get your hopes up, right? That's what it does, because you see yourself in different roles that you find, and you imagine, oh, it would be great if I got this role, oh yeah, look, the money's awesome, or I wouldn't have to commute anymore, or whatever. And it gets you hopeful, and when it gets you hopeful, you get fearful, because I can't take another heartbreak, and it's a vicious cycle. Does that make sense? But the opportunity itself is something that is meant to uplift you. It's meant to, yes, it will bring you a new life, a new way of doing things. And I feel like for the longest time you have felt like you did not have the energy or the capacity to hope that that is possible, let alone actually start the journey, right? Does that make sense? But here it is. And it could be, it doesn't have to be the exact same thing. It'll be a little different for everyone, but it's like your friends asking you out. Hey, we're going to this event. Do you want to go? No. Hey, we're going to this museum. Do you want to go? No. Hey, do you want to go out for a meal? You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be the exact same request. It's just something that it keeps inviting you, right? And I feel like this is the week where you say yes, and it's a whole new world, because things will move quickly after that in a very positive direction. So let's see, Oracle energy and advice for Taurus. So go for it, Taurus. So we have patience. And you see how she's covering her eyes? You've been burying your head in the sand and just saying, I need time, I need time, I need time. I need time to heal. I need time to get my head around, back on my shoulders. I need to get myself together. I need time. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. You kept telling yourself that. So we have innocence. This is that inner child work that some of you have done. We have wisdom. Absolutely. You've learned a lot. You've learned a lot and made a lot of positive changes, and divine timing again. So this time around, you're saying yes. You're saying yes because everything that you've been through, the time you took to work on yourself, whether you even knew that that's what you were doing, or you just said, you know what, I feel like I need time. But you've been reading up on things, right? Or studying different things, or just talking to different people and getting different perceptions and perspectives and different advice, and little things that you started doing and you started applying. Those little things have created a big snowball that has transformed yourself to the point where you're more confident within yourself with the Six of Wands. You don't mind the attention, you don't mind the invitations, you don't mind the opportunities presented to you, okay? It's actually kind of cool, and you kind of want to entertain it. And so it's like the small changes on the inside have now transpired on the outside in this opportunity that's going to lead to bigger changes with the Two of Wands. Does that make any sense? I hope that makes sense, okay? So say yes, Taurus, is the message here. Obviously, trust yourself, trust your gut. Don't force yourself, but also don't hold yourself back for fear of loss or fear of getting hurt again or your hopes crushed again, right? And you'll feel right. You'll feel comfortable saying, at least saying, tell me more about it. That's all you have to say, right? You don't have to make this big commitment, but just saying, you know what, tell me more about it. I want to hear more about it. Yes, I want to entertain this, see where it could take me. That's all you have to do. That's what's going to shift things in such a beautiful way for you, okay? So I will leave that with you. You're going to have to tell me what it's talking about for you, because it'll be different for everyone. But it's awesome either way. And we're going to move on to Gemini. Hi, Gemini. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Happy birthday. And if you're skipping ahead, also watch the intro, as well as any other placement you want to watch. So what's going on for Gemini in the week ahead? Gemini in the week ahead. Okay, in the situation, we have the Nine of Wands. In the challenge, we have the Eight of Wands. In the outcome, we have the Emperor. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. I'm getting some start-stop energy here. The speed of something might be an issue, or it's the fact that you want to do something, you know exactly what you want to do, but you need someone else's approval, someone else's say-so, some sort of figure of authority in the field, right? And they have been taking their sweet time to the point where you're like, seriously, man, I'm almost ready to just quit. It's I can't do this anymore. I can't keep waiting, right? Because the challenge is someone's go ahead, someone saying you get the green light, and things can finally take off. Okay, we have Aries in here. For those of you, you might have been struggling with something. If it's not about another person or it doesn't include another person, you might have been struggling and going back and forth with something because you've been holding out, hoping someone else makes the decision, right? But it's been causing you a lot of stress and sleepless nights. Because it's like, I know what I want to say, I know the decision I'd make, but I don't want to be the one to make that decision. So you've been holding out, hoping that it either just happens on its own or someone else makes a decision. And I feel like it's not going to happen, because in the outcome with the Emperor, I feel like this is you just stepping up to the plate and saying, you know what, fine. No one else is saying it, no one else is doing it, I'm just going to call it as it is, and we can just put this behind us and keep going. Okay? So let's see what else we get here for Gemini. With the 9 of Wands, we have the 3 of Wands. Come on, camera. With the 8 of Wands, the Hangman, absolutely. And with the Emperor, yeah, the Tower. I'm going to pull one more for the Tower because it can mean different things, so I'd like to clarify it, especially when it's our last card. 2 of Wands, yes. It's a bad decision. 2 of Wands. With the 2 Swords, we have the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, so for some of you, it's definitely a case of, do I stay or do I go? And it could be in a job, in a relationship. Okay? Because you have your eyes on something with the 3 of Wands. You know what you want to do. And you either want to move towards that, or you want to move away from something and you want to move someplace else. Does that make sense? And it's like, but I don't want to have the conversation. I don't want to be the one to say it. I don't want, do you know what I mean? With the 8 of Wands, the Hangman and the Challenge, yeah. And the Hangman is voluntary energy, right? With the Hangman, we take ourselves out of the game. We withdraw, we go within. We take a step back. Okay? Because either it's too much going on at the same time, or you're overthinking the situation with the 8 of Wands, and it's like, I can't do this. I don't think I have a clear enough head to make this decision. Or I get the sense of, I don't want to be the one to make the decision. I don't want to be the one to have the final say. But unfortunately, it looks like you are going to have to. You're going to have to. And I feel like with the Emperor and the Tower and the 2 of Wands, someone's getting a big surprise in you actually making this decision. This could also be vice versa, where, well, it's not necessarily vice versa, but I mean from a different perspective. Someone's watching you struggle with do you stay or do you go? They're watching you struggle with it, but they're leaving you to it, hoping that you'll stay, right? Hoping that nothing will change. And then they can say, well, it was your decision, Gemini, or you never even talked to me about it, Gemini, but they know what you're struggling with. Does that make sense? And then when you actually step up with the Tower and the 2 of Wands and you're saying, I've made a decision and I'm leaving, or I'm making this change, they're like, oh my God, with the Tower. Because someone doesn't want to upset the status quo. Someone wants to keep things copacetic. 4 of Pentacles, 2 Swords, because it benefits them. And someone's definitely burying their head in the sand with the 2 Swords and hoping you don't have that conversation with them, hoping you don't bring it up, hoping that, you know, nothing changes. It's like, let's pretend everything's fine. I'm going to pretend I don't know that you're struggling, Gemini, and if you don't tell me, hopefully you don't tell me, and we just carry on. Does that make sense? And then from your perspective, you're like, clearly you must see what's going on. Can you just make a decision? And they just don't want to. So you're going to have to step up to the plate and be like, listen, this is what I really want to do. I don't want to do this anymore, because something has got you to your wit's end with that 9 of Wands. Something has you drained. Something has you pulled in too many directions. You're really struggling, or just confused, and you're struggling to figure it out. And like I say, for some it's an internal situation where you're trying to put this off, you're trying not to think about it, you're trying not to come to the conclusion you're going to come to, because you know that once you come to that conclusion, you're going to have to make these changes, right? And it's like, I don't really want to do that. Maybe I'm making it up, and then you start explaining it and rationalizing and all that. But eventually I do feel like with the Tower, it will be something where either someone else steps in and says, this is happening, right? So it just takes away the choice from you altogether. And it would be, that's the universe's way of stepping in, and you've actually manifested that so that you don't have to say the words, but it's happening anyway. Does that make sense? So it's like you're in this job and it's exhausting and it's tiring and it's demanding and you're too good for it, basically, and you're taken advantage of. But you've been struggling with actually talking to the manager about it. And maybe you've tried before and it got you nowhere. So you're like, well, what's the point? But then also, I know that once I express how I feel about this and I actually hear myself and how bad it is, I know I'm going to have to start looking for other roles, because either they'll take offense or they'll give me a hard time after that, or it's the fact that once I realize how bad it is and how much I'm sacrificing and realizing that actually it's not worth it, I'll have to leave anyway. I'll have no other choice. Does that make sense? And you've been struggling with that and going back and forth. And then one day you show up for work and someone in management with the Tower talks about some sort of restructure that's happening, and they're just telling people about it, where it's like, well, your manager's going away anyway, or your role is now going to be something else, or you're being moved to a different department, or the headquarters is moving, and it's like, if you want to travel or whatever, we can discuss. If not, we can, offer you redundancy, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it's that kind of a thing that I'm seeing in these cards. Or, like I say, someone is trying to avoid having a conversation with you because they know it's bad, they know you're not happy, but it's like, I won't talk about it, and I hope you won't talk about it, and we can just keep going. But then there's going to be this big blow up with the Tower. It can even be where something just slips and then you just can't stop talking. You say everything you have to say, and then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to be out of here in a bit, so there. Or ultimatum, okay? We both know this is what's been going on. You refuse to address it. I'm addressing the bejesus out of it right now, because I'm telling you everything I want to say. And then from this point, you can either do this or you can do this. But you have to make a choice, and whatever happens, that's what's going to happen, right? You either step up, do your bit, or I'm out type of ultimatum. Because it's like, with the Emperor, you're like, I'm tired of playing childish games. I'm tired of it. I'm just going to address it. We're just going to have a conversation about it. I'm giving you the options. You decide what happens next. Sheesh, I'm getting a headache. What are you dealing with, Gemini? Well, the good news is, it looks like it's coming to a head this week, for better or for worse. I suppose it'll be uncomfortable, but ultimately it's for the better. Oracle energy and advice for Gemini. Bottom of the deck, yeah, we have change. This is something that has been looming, is what I hear. Change has been in the air, and change has been trying to happen in your life for quite some time. Whether this is in your work situation, in your relationship status, with a friend dynamic, a financial arrangement, whatever this is, right? It has been looming, and either you or someone else, or you and someone else, have been kind of trying to avoid it, trying to pretend that no, it's not time for change, everything's fine, we don't need to change this, all the while knowing that actually, yes, this needs to change. So we have ancestors. It's something, again, that's been going on for a very long time. But I also feel like for a lot of you, this is a lesson. This has been some sort of a karmic contract, some sort of a karmic lesson to get you to be confident enough within yourself, secure enough within yourself, what you deserve, what you don't, enough to just step up and make this decision without second guessing yourself again and again and again. Yeah, strength, confidence, knowing your worth. I feel like it comes down to that. And truth, yeah. So, I mean, the truth is being spoken. And with that Tower card there, you're not afraid to say exactly what you have been meaning to say. And I'm definitely seeing either an ultimatum energy or drop the mic, I'm out energy. It'll be a little different. And for some of you, this, like I say, it could be a little reverse, where someone keeps pushing you to make a decision. Someone else is giving you the ultimatum. It's your opportunity to speak your truth and for you to make the decision. I feel like for the most part, you're taking it, as opposed to this other person telling you what's what, because they see you're not making a decision. Although for some, I did see that as well, didn't I? Something happening where it just gets taken away from you. And what's gonna happen there is you'll repeat the cycle, okay? If it's not gonna be exactly the same thing, you'll be given another circumstance for you to be pushed to the limit to speak your truth, and you're gonna have to do it then. Okay, so it'll be a little different for everyone. You'll know where you are in the process. For now, we're going to move on to Cancer. Hi, Cancer. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. If you're skipping ahead, as always, please also watch the intro because there's some information for you there. What's going on for Cancer? Someone writing Venus signs in the week ahead. Cancer in the week ahead. In the situation, we have the Six of Cups. In the challenge, we have the Hierophant. In the outcome, we have the Five of Swords. Well, bottom of the deck, the Five of Cups. Cancer, you're still stuck on someone. You're still stuck on someone. There's still a lot of love there. Don't get me wrong with the Five of Cups and the Six of Cups. But it's almost like, I think family's an issue. Family's involved too much. Or someone else's expectations. I feel like if you were to go back to whom or what you really love, I feel like it would cause a very big conflict. Five of Swords with the Hierophant, potentially some sort of ultimatum energy, and potentially the complete breakdown of a connection or a family dynamic. But you've been stuck and miserable for a very long time, Cancer. Trying to conform, that's your challenge. Trying to conform to what someone else thinks you should be doing. Trying to conform to doing a typical job. You're not traditional. And I feel like you're trying to fit in with a family dynamic, a community, societal pressure. Okay, so either you love someone your family doesn't approve of because they're just very different, they're not traditional, and when you're with them, they see you as not traditional and they blame the other person. It's like, oh, they're brainwashing you, but they don't say maybe actually, you and that person are much better fed than you in this family. Does that make sense? And they just don't, they're overbearing. They don't respect you. They don't respect your choices. They try to control you and they try to guilt you with their words. Five of Swords, playing the victim. That doesn't change the fact that you still love this person and they love you. Or this friend. Or this could even be your dream job and what you love to do. You want to be an entrepreneur, but your family, your community, the way you were brought up, other people around you currently, they're like, no, you can't do that. You're not going to make money off of that. Well, that's not secure. That's not a smart choice. But they only speak of what they know, which is what has been done before, over and over and over. They don't have the courage, the inspiration, the resource to actually pursue a path on their own to even figure out what that is for themselves. They just conform and go along. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. But they're being very controlling with you. That's my problem. To each their own, and they're not doing that. They're like, no, you have to do what we think you have to do. Our opinion should matter more than your own. And I feel like for a long time it has, because it's kept you separated from whom or what you really love or you really want to do. Let's see where this goes. Let's get more information here for Cancer. Six of Cups, Queen of Wands. Yeah, here's that non-conventional person, idea, the entrepreneur energy. This is it's a very specific scenario, but if it's you, let me know. But this is someone where either you or the person you love or want to be with or want to work with, it's something to do with the performing arts, maybe even something like burlesque, and you're part of a very conservative family community. They would never go for this, but they judge the hell out of this person and you if you wanted to be with this person. Okay, so that's one scenario, and you can take that as an example and kind of, you get the idea. Okay, with the Hierophant as the challenge, we have the World. Such a beautiful card. See? Oh yeah. See her costume? Yeah. Performing arts, burlesque, dancer, entertainer, performer of some other kind. It doesn't have to be, take the message, right? Something that's unconventional. And with the Five of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands. I feel like with the Ace of Wands, this is... Let me get one more. Ten of Cups. I feel like... Yeah, what have I been saying all this time? Five of Cups, Two of Cups. This is your match. And again, it can be a person, it could be a type of job, it could be a partnership, a friendship, but this is your match. Okay, this is your match, your perfect match with that Two of Cups. And you know this, which is why you have not been able to move on from it. And it's left a hole in your heart, because I feel like there has been a separation, there has been a breakup, there has been a you sacrificing this, whatever, okay, because of family influence, societal pressure, community, people telling you you should conform and do what is expected of you, people telling you this is how we've always done things. The challenge is for you to be true to yourself and to stand alone, not as part of this family, this group, this community, okay? To the point where you identify with their values, you identify with their ideas and put your own aside because they conflict. So you'd rather censor yourself and sacrifice yourself than stand up to these people or walk away from them, okay? But I feel like there's some sort of a conflict happening because you want to reunite with someone, okay? You want to reunite with someone. So with the Five of Swords, you're telling people where to put their opinions, okay? Because this Ace of Wands, I'm seeing this as a bit of anger. And you just snapping, right? And just telling them as it is with that Five of Swords. I mean, hopefully everyone's going to be safe. Express yourself in a safe way, okay? Don't be throwing punches or knives, God forbid. But I do feel like you're standing up for yourself. You're telling these people to shove it. Because I feel like they're making very negative comments about this person or this thing that you love to do. And it's, to you, it just pushes you to the point where you're thinking, this is absurd. How can you be so closed-minded? This is absurd. How can you be so judgmental? And you're just kind of letting them have it. And that kind of, and then you navigate back towards this person, this job, this industry, this idea of yours. Let's see, Oracle energy for Cancer. Bottom of the deck, Patience. Yeah, well, it's been going on for a long time. And you've been making excuses after excuses after excuses, refusing to see the truth of the matter, refusing to see the truth of the situation, which is, you know what, you're just different than these people. I don't care if they're your family. You're just made of different stuff. And that's not a bad thing, as they would have you believe. Okay? Choice. Absolutely. You have had the choice the whole time, but you didn't want to make the choice. You didn't want to make the choice. Why? Well, we have shadow self under that. Because it would have meant you looking at yourself very closely and working on healing what needed healing that made you feel like you needed to have these people approval in the first place. Does that make sense? Change. Oh yeah. And thoughts. Something, listen, you have been longing to make this choice for a very long time. You've been thinking about it, dreaming about it for a very long time. But you've also been putting it off because you knew it would be such a big change in your life. But it looks like this is the week when you're exercising that choice. You're making that choice and you're creating this change. Because something that you have tried to avoid looking at or avoid accepting is going to be so in your face where you can't make excuses for it, or for these people, or their behavior, or whatever the situation is. Okay? So you're gonna have to tell me what this is, but I'm very happy for you, Cancer, because you deserve to be happy. And I feel like I've told you this several times before. You know, I've asked you to ask yourself, who are you living your life for? Is it yourself or someone else or a group of people? Because you deserve to be happy. And once you've found what or who makes you happy, like truly, and they're your match, and it's mutual, and it's just such a good fit, I'm really happy to see that you're giving yourself a chance to actually pursue that, no matter what these other people think. Okay, so let me know how it goes. Okay, let's move on to Leo. Hey Leo, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. And as always, if you are skipping ahead, please also watch the intro because there's information for you there. What's going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the week ahead? In the situation, we have the Eight of Pentacles. As the challenge, we have the Seven of Swords. And the outcome, we have the Four of Swords. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. You're putting in a lot of work and a lot of effort, and yet things are stagnated. The reason why is you have someone in your midst that keeps taking from you. So you're saving, right? You're saving money, you're saving money, you're saving money. And then every month you go check your bank account and it's literally the same it was the month before, or it's not that big of a difference. And you're thinking, well, I thought I saved more than that, but you don't dig deeper. The reason why, because whoever else has access to that account, they keep taking money out of it. So no matter how much work you put in and how much money you put in, they keep taking it out. So therefore things are stagnated. Things are the same. Things are not changing. Things are not moving forward. Bottom of the deck, King of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Now this could be you investigating, or this could be this person that's sabotaging you with the Seven of Swords. And for some, it can be someone who has access to your bank account. For others, it can be a boss. They keep undermining you or taking credit for your work. And so when it comes around for promotion talk, you think you've got a lot to show for, but then actually when you look at the review paperwork or whatever, performance review paperwork, you're like, oh, I thought I had more on there. But they have been filling it out in a way that it says that you're mediocre, you're average, right? And I feel like that's something that's going to be coming to light this week. or with the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, you're encouraged to ask the uncomfortable questions, to look at the details, to follow the trail, to find this person. Okay? Let's get more information here for Leo. And if this is self-sabotage, watch your spending, because it's like, on the one hand, you do all the work, but then something happens. I don't know if it's like shadow self. I don't know if it's past pain, trauma, self-sabotaging behavior. You just do something to mess it up. And then you have to start over because you haven't really gone anywhere, no matter how much work you've put into it. Does that make sense? But I feel like it's external for the most part. Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. With the Seven of Swords, we have the Page of Wands. With the Four of Swords, we have the Six of Pentacles. Under the King of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups. So for some of you, this is going on in a relationship where there's a lack of balance. Okay? There's a lack of balance. Someone else is giving your money. So you have a joint account, right? The both of you put money in. Your spouse, your partner, whoever this is that has access to that account, that's, you know, supposed to be contributing as much as you are, they're using that money to send someone else. They're supporting someone else with the two of your money. Does that make sense? Is that a phrase? But you know what I mean. And you really love this person, so therefore you haven't looked into it. You kind of have a feeling that might be going on, or you kind of have a feeling that, you know, they're doing something, but because you love them so much, you've just kind of turned a blind eye to it. But I feel like something happens. Either they do too much, they take too much this time, or something big is revealed, like they didn't pay something and they just used the money for something else. And it's impacting you quite significantly. I get a sense also like you need your health insurance, and it comes to light that I don't even know how that works, but it's almost like they've drained that fund, or they haven't paid your health insurance, and so when you actually need it, it's not there. I mean, God forbid, but I'm seeing that scenario for some of you. But yeah, something's going to come to light that someone that you love or completely trust, right? Family member, friend, boss, business partner, whoever. Someone you either really love or completely trust, okay? They've been undercutting you, sabotaging you, undermining you, taking your money, taking credit for your work. It's that scenario where the two of you sit down, or it's a group of people, but I'm seeing two people, but the two of you sit down and you agree, we want to achieve this together. This is what's going to take. Let's both do the work. We'll both feed into it, and we're going to get there together, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Break, let's get to work. You've been doing the work. You have been relentlessly keeping your word and doing the work, right? And with the Eight of Pentacles, you've had your head down. You've not been looking at, is this other person doing the work? You have taken it on faith that they are doing what you're doing. And something happens where it comes to a head, and it's revealed that actually, no, they have not been doing the work. Not only that, they've been undermining your work. And it's painful, to say the least. But I feel like it's better to find out now and do something about it. Get yourself out of that situation. Cut this person out. Take them to court. I do see that for some of you. Talk to a lawyer. Get your options. Than to just keep going and have you completely be depleted, or God forbid destitute, because they'd take off anyway if that happens. The second you have nothing more to give, they'd take off or fire you because you're like, oh, you're not doing the work, and they have an excuse to get rid of you. Does that make sense? So Leo, that sucks, pardon my French, but I feel like it may not feel like it as you're going through it, but once you're out of it and you're going to be looking back at it, you'll be like, that's the best thing that ever happened, that was revealed. I don't know if someone has some sort of an addiction. I don't know if someone has a bit of a gambling addiction, or someone just keeps buying stuff online or sending money to someone else online. But it just needs to stop. So let's see, Oracle energy and advice for Leo. Bottom of the deck, we have centering. Yeah, this is like, so I'm seeing centering as you start pulling back your resources. Okay, you're pulling back from where it is going to waste, and you're just bringing it back to yourself. Okay, you're cutting someone off, you're taking someone off the account. Do you see that as well? And you're becoming the sole responsible. So we have innocence. Yeah, there's a lot. You love this person, which sucks so bad, but you love this person. Definitely seeing some sort of a romantic connection, or their family, or they're a lifelong friend. Or again, it's just like you've never questioned this person. You just completely trust them, whoever they are. Divine timing. This has been going on for quite some time, and I feel like it's gone far enough, and it's going to be revealed. Yes, yeah, see, it's time for the truth to be revealed. And I do feel like because now you are ready to do something about it. Okay, maybe before, if this had been revealed, because I feel like there have been signs, there have been indications, there have been rumors, I don't know. But it's like with Seven of Swords and the Four of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, you've just been like, no, if I focus on this and focus on what I said we'd do, we're going to get there. Kind of dismissed it, disregarded it, or whatever. Or just said, oh no, they would never do that to me. But never quite looked into it. Right? Because, well, why? Because if you did and you saw the truth, you'd have to act on it, right? And you weren't quite ready to do that because there's still a lot of love here. But I feel like with the centering energy, you're more confident within yourself at this time. And it's almost like you're ready to accept the truth of the situation, whatever it may be. If the truth is that they're stealing, if the truth is that they're taking you for granted, taking advantage of you in whatever capacity, you're ready to accept that that is the truth, and then do something about it to make it right, to correct it, make it right, get what you're owed back. Okay, despite how you feel about this person or any previous connection, relationship you may have had. All right, I feel like before your heart completely ruled you, and this person took advantage of that, and now it's like you still have love for them. You still have affection, you still have respect, you still have that friendship, that trust, you know what I mean? But you also have found a way to put emotion aside, Six of Pentacles, keep them balanced, keep them from overruling and just running everything, and doing what needs to be done to make sure that a dynamic, a partnership, a friendship, a relationship is fair and balanced. Okay? So you'll have to tell me what this is about. I know it's uncomfortable to say the least, and it's disappointing and hurtful to say the least, but it's good that it's happening now because you can pull back your resources and really focus on increasing them, because it'll be you doing the work. You know what you're doing, you know, you can trust yourself, you know what I mean? And you will see that increase. All right, moving on to Virgo. Hi Virgo, how are you? Thank you for joining us. If you are skipping ahead, always watch the intro as well, because there's information for you there that you could use. What is going on for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, Virgo. Okay, in the situation, we have the Nine of Swords. That's a very Virgo card if ever I saw one. And the challenge, we have the Eight of Wands. In the outcome, we have the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. bottom of the deck, the Page of Swords. This is like dreading a conversation. I'm getting a couple of different scenarios. For some, this is dreading having a conversation, and it could be about money, or it could be about something that's not fair, not right, that you find out about. And for others of you, this is worry of whether or not I'm gonna get whatever it is that I'm applying for, and you're stressing about it, right? But it's like you're overthinking it even before you've actually done anything about it, because your challenge is the Eight of Wands, to actually just put something out there, send out that resume, but you're already talking yourself out of it to the point where you're not even doing it, right? And the thing is, if you did, there is a job opportunity presented to you. Okay, so take that for what it's worth. But yeah, for others of you, definitely seeing something that is revealed, it comes to light. It's a little unpleasant, it's a little uncomfortable, but it is the truth with the Page of Swords. I don't know if you're snooping, or this is someone telling you, you know, they've been looking into something and they've figured this out for you, or they've discovered this for you. But this is like, and it could be that it just makes you angry. Or you're trying to figure out what you want to say so that it doesn't get out of control. And it could be something to do with money, or something at work. Let's get more information here for Virgo. So with the Nine of Swords, the Hangman, with the Eight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, with the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Swords. Under the Page of Swords, we have the Two of Pentacles. For some of you, this could also be a choice between two things or two people, and you're dreading having to make that choice, or you have made a choice and you're dreading having the conversation of telling the other person or party of this other choice you've made. Does that make sense? And you're revealing the truth, but they're not going to like it. Because you're withdrawing your investment or your support. That could be financial. You're stopping something with the Four of Swords. Either because you find something out and you're stopping that. Because whatever it is, you've been just putting money into something, or just giving with that Ace of Cups. And it's either something's revealed, that, you know, you've been taken for granted, or you didn't have to do this but no one told you. They told you you should, or they just let you to it and just took your money or took your resources, whatever they are. But I do see you stopping that. You're stopping an expense, you're stopping an investment, what you thought was an investment, but it was just like putting money into a black hole pretty much, because someone was just taking advantage. I think you're thinking about this. You've been thinking about this. It's made you feel very guilty even thinking about this. And you've been trying to put it off because you were doubting that that's the right decision, or you were thinking, I don't know if that's the right decision, or I don't want to be petty, I don't want to be mean, I don't want to be, do you know what I mean? Does that make me mean if I do that? And you've just been going back and forth. But I feel like something is revealed that just kind of makes your life a whole lot easier, right? Because you're doubting whether or not you should stop giving someone money, because you're thinking, but I want them to be okay. I don't want to, you know, throw them out. I don't want to leave them stranded or whatever. But I have been giving them money constantly and they've not been doing much to help themselves out. But then, I don't want to stop because I don't know what kind of position that's going to put them in. And you've just been dealing with that in your head. And then something's revealed, like, oh, they actually got a job and they just didn't tell you about it. Or they've got money, or they've saved a bunch of money and they've just not told you about it. They keep telling you they're broke. Or they just keep taking your money and not saying anything. And you're stopping that, okay? So that's one scenario that I'm seeing. For those of you, I'm definitely seeing an opportunity presented to you. But you would have to walk away from your current situation in order to take that new opportunity. And you're feeling very guilty and questioning yourself because you're not sure how the party you're leaving behind is going to take the idea of the fact that you're going to be moving in a different direction. And it could be to do with job, it could be to do with who you work with in your business. You could be cutting one supplier to go with something else because they're better. There's a conversation where it involves either stopping something in terms of support, or ending a partnership of some kind to move in a different direction because that's better for you. But you've kind of been dreading the conversation because you're not sure how the other party you're dealing with is going to take it. And again, I feel like something's going to be revealed to you in the case where you've just been supporting someone. Something's going to be revealed to you with the Page of Swords to tell you that actually there's no doubt about it. They've been taking advantage, and actually they're absolutely fine on their own, but they've kept taking your money or your resources or your support. And I feel like that's going to make it easier for you to say no more. And if it's a case of switching from one person to another, one supplier to another, one opportunity to another, one contract to another, whatever it is, you're going to have the conversation. It's going to be kind of matter of fact. It could be working with family, or you have developed a friendship with this person. It's not just been professional, but this is just a much better opportunity from a financial standpoint, from a career development standpoint. And it's a case of you're revealing the truth. Someone else is not going to like it, but it's still the truth of the situation. It's still the better opportunity for you, the better course of action for you. So let's see, Oracle energy and advice for Libra. Why did I say Libra? Virgo. You might be dealing with a Libra. Oracle energy and advice for Virgo in the week ahead. So we have intuition. Yeah, listen, you've known something's up. You've known something's up, but you keep questioning yourself with the Nine of Swords because you don't want to be mean. You don't want to thought. Yeah, Nine of Swords and thought. I mean, overthinking much. I've got a Virgo moon, so I'm not just preaching. I know I do that too. Intuition, beauty, and truth. Yeah, look, honestly, someone's been portraying something with beauty. They've sold you an idea, they've sold you an image, they have, it's like the moon energy I'm seeing, or the Seven of Cups. You know, this is what it is, and you've just kind of taken it to be the truth, but actually you're going to see through that fog. The truth, the real truth, is going to be expressed and exposed. And you've had intuition when it comes to, your intuition's been telling you what the truth is, but again, you've been overthinking. Look, enchantment as well. Yeah, look, you've been dealing with someone who, they've been selling you a story, or just kind of letting you believe something. Okay? Your intuition's been telling you something's not quite right, but then you started overthinking it because you're afraid of being the bad guy. You're afraid of overreacting. You're afraid of making the wrong call and just being a mean person, right? So you've been doubting yourself. But again, whatever is going to be expressed here or exposed with the truth card, it is the truth. It will confirm what your intuition's been telling you. And I feel like that will enable you to act on it with confidence, as opposed to continuing to doubt yourself. Okay, so I don't know if you're talking to an accountant, a lawyer, or whatever the truth is that is revealed, or you're actually catching this person in the act doing something, or catching them in a lie. I don't know. but it kind of takes the pressure off. It takes the edge off with the Four of Swords. You can breathe knowing that that's what the truth is, and then you're not overreacting. You're not being mean or vindictive or merciless when it comes to this situation. You're actually doing what's fair to be done in this type of situation or scenario. Does that make sense? So I will leave that with you. You're gonna have to tell me what it is, okay? You tell me what it is and what you're dealing with, but either way, I'm glad truth is expressed and exposed here. You can stop doubting yourself or beating yourself up over something that you think you should be doing but you don't want to do because you don't want to be the bad guy, or you're not sure, you know. I'm glad that finally truth is expressed and you can do what you need to do to rebalance something that has been so out of balance. Okay? Okay. Moving on to Libra. Hey Libra, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. And if you're skipping ahead, as always, make sure you watch the intro as well, because there's information for you there. What's going on for Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. And the week ahead. In the situation, we have the Star. As the challenge, we have the Emperor. And the outcome, we have the Seven of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Nine of Swords. Well, I'm getting a hint of the same energy that I just talked about with Virgo for some of you. So I don't know if you're a cusper or you're dealing with a Virgo. You can watch that video as well, that section as well. What I'm seeing, it's slightly different than Virgo in that you're the one portraying something. You're the one kind of selling, either selling an idea, selling, with the Star card here, right? You're pursuing something that is your own personal dream, goal, and aspiration. The Emperor in the challenge is an authority figure in your life that would have an opinion about it, or that could block you or prevent you from following this path. And I feel like you're very much in your head about it. You don't want to be lying to this person, flat out lying to their face, but at the same time you want to pursue this dream. And so with the Seven of Swords in the outcome, I'm seeing that as your energy, where you're like, you know what, I'm going to keep it to myself, doing what I'm doing until I have something to show for it, and then I can have the conversation and I can show results. I can prove that it was a good opportunity. I can prove it was a good decision. Whereas at the minute, if I told them about it, I have nothing to show for it. They could block me or shut me down. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, Libra. And I don't know if this is to do with your job or a hobby that you want to turn into your livelihood, or a person you're in love with and you're starry-eyed about. But yeah, I feel like you're keeping it to yourself for now, because whoever this figure of authority is, this Emperor, this Aries energy is in your life, they can either block you, prevent you from pursuing it, or just shut you down altogether. So let's get more information for Libra here. With the Star, we have the Three of Pentacles. With the Emperor, we have the Eight of Swords. They have a lot of control over you or the situation. The Seven of Swords, we have the Eight of Wands. Under the Nine of Swords, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like, and with the Star, we have the Three of Pentacles. It's about you joining a group of people, joining a community, joining a company. Okay? Now hopefully it's not about cheating. And I'm not getting that. I'm getting like this is something that's good for you. It's something that is a dream of yours. You really want to do this, but you're dealing with, there's something unconventional about it. And you're dealing with someone who's very controlling, very rigid in their way of thinking. You're dealing with someone who has a lot of reach. So you do feel like you have to just be on this line, not only with this person, but also anyone that might know this person, see what you're doing and be able to tell them. And I can see you feel bad about it. I can see you feel guilty about the fact that you can't even talk about it yet. But I also see you acknowledging the fact that this is a good opportunity for you. This is a good long-term investment for you. It's your dream. You want to go for it. You're in the right circles here. You've got people who can help you. And it's like, I need more time. I'll be careful with my words. Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords. I'll be careful with my words so that I don't flat out lie to their face. But it's like, if they don't ask, I won't tell. Or it's a bit of lying by omission until you have something to show for. This could also be a case of you're stuck where you are. I don't know if this is in a relationship, and please be safe. But this could be a relationship with a very controlling partner, or a job where your manager is so controlling and so overbearing, and they could really ruin your reputation, and you're secretly planning to get out, to go get away. And it's like, I'm not going to tell you anything that I'm doing. I'm not going to, let you in on anything. We'll just carry on. Whatever you think is going on, I'll let you think that. In the meantime, I'm applying for jobs. I'm talking to people. I'm going through the stages and the steps to get where I need to get to. And then when I'm secure in myself, that's when I'll tell you, or I'll just take off. I'm not even going to tell you. Right? Because you just want to be done with this restrictive situation. And I am seeing you starting on that path. For some, this is the week where you finally have enough money, or this is the week where you get confirmation that you got the other job, or you got the approval for whatever. And you can hand in your notice and then also kind of call in sick, or use your sickness leave or annual leave or whatever, so that you don't have to go back. You can just hand in your notice and then you don't have to go back. Or you're just taking your stuff and you're walking away because you have this other place to go to now. Again, please be safe and do what's right for you. But I do see you have people helping you, which is good. And I do see that in this type of scenario, secrecy is the way to go. Just keep it to yourself until you get yourself out. Energy and advice for Libra. We have guardian angel. Yeah, definitely. You have people helping you. Allow them to do so. Gentleness. I'm definitely seeing for some of you, you're really trying to leave a relationship. I'm seeing like a father figure, or a partner or spouse that you're trying to leave. Ancestors, yeah. Family for some of you, and for others, this is something that you've been in for a long time. Reflection at the bottom of the deck. You're planning, you've been researching. Again, for some of you, you're just getting started. You've got a plan together. You've got these helpful people. There's these guardian angels, or your family could be helping you for some of you. And for others of you, you're at the end of the process. You have enough, or you're in the position you wanted to be in, to just kind of walk away from this, to hand someone papers, to quit, to just walk away, right? Peacefully, with the gentleness card. Peacefully, calmly, no fuss. You can just go from one thing to another, like the Six of Swords energy, because this other thing you're trying to get to is in place. Okay, it's ready for you, or you're ready for it. Okay, so You'll have to tell me what this is for you. I'm seeing you freeing yourself from something, which is really good. And I'm happy for you. Again, be sure, just be safe. And allow these people, these guardian angels, to guide you, to help you, to get you out, okay? Or to get you in this other situation that's better for you. Okay, we're going to move on to Scorpio. Hey Scorpio, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. As always, watch the intro as well. If you're skipping ahead, there's information for you there about specials, and any other announcement that I make is always going to be in the intro. What's going on for Scorpio, Sun, Rising, Venus signs, and the week ahead? Scorpio and the week ahead. And the situation, we have the Ace of Wands. As the challenge, we have the Seven of Swords. In the outcome, we have the Empress. Bottom of the deck, the Five of Swords. Interesting. Now what this is, Scorpio, I think is it similar to your reading last week? What this is you are being given this amazing opportunity with the Ace of Wands. And this could be in love, or this could be with work, or your own business, your career development in general. You're being presented with this amazing opportunity for growth. Okay, so it's growth, it's expansion, it's promotion, it's a new job but much better pay. It's a lot of money, or it's a lot of love, or it's a lot of passion, it's a lot of joy, it's a lot of fun, and then just all of the above, right? Your challenge, just keep it to yourself. I'll tell you why. It's because the people around you with the Five of Swords are petty and jealous, little. You know what I'm going to say, okay? I'm going to say twat. I'm going to say twat. Even though I would call them the B word. But, yeah, they're just jealous. They're petty. They would cut you down. They would cut you out. They would sabotage. And this is so awesome for you, Scorpio, and you so deserve this with the Empress. So I see, for the most part, I feel like you already know, your intuition is telling you to just kind of keep it to yourself until you're in the new dynamic, and maybe not even then tell these people. But if not, that's your advice. That's your heads up. Just just keep it to yourself, okay? Until you sign the papers, until you're there. If it's a relationship, I see it's a really beautiful relationship. It's got a lot of potential for you. You're gonna have to protect it from people, because, especially with these people, Seven of Swords, Five of Swords, they're jealous and they're petty, and they will cause drama, and they will put ideas in your head. Because if they don't have it, you shouldn't have it either, right? What's this Ace of Wands? Let's get more clarity. We have Four of Swords. With the Seven of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, what'd I say? And with the Empress, we have the Moon. Abso-freaking-lutely. Under the Five of Swords, we have the Seven of Wands. Didn't I say you're going to have to defend it and protect it from these people? Yes. Yes. You're getting some sort of an offer, Scorpio. Look at it. With the Knight of Cups. Love offer. If it's a work offer, it's a lot of money. It's awesome. And we know that with the Empress. That's love and money, if nothing else, okay? You have been waiting for this type of opportunity with the Four of Swords, praying for it, waiting for it, manifesting it, applying for it over and over again. And here it is. And for those of you, the Ace of Wands with the Four of Swords just means this is coming in completely out of the blue, completely out of left field. But it is coming to you because you deserve it, okay? Your challenge is to keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Seven of Swords, Knight of Cups. Don't tell people about this offer. Don't tell people about this opportunity. Don't tell people about how you're falling in love. They will poo-poo on it so fast. Not because there's any validity to that, but because of jealousy and pettiness with the Five of Swords. So, in the outcome, yeah, the way to protect it is to just keep people guessing with the moon. You do you, you do your thing with the Empress, enjoy it, God, live your life. But just keep people guessing with the moon. And you know who these people are. You do. Not everyone around you is this way. But you know who these people are. They're always the naysayers. They're the people who keep holding you back and telling you they're just being protective or they're just looking out for you. They're the people who are always telling you, oh, well, don't get too excited. Just wait for the other shoe to drop. Oh, I'm just looking out for you. You know what? Yeah. Or the ones, you know, making just snide little comments. Oh, maybe no one else applied for it. That's why you got it. Oh, okay. You know? Or, oh my God, are you sure you'll be able to do that? That seems like a lot. That seems like it's a really big step from where you are. Are you sure you'll be able to do it? I think it's just too much. And then you start thinking that yourself. Oh, I'm just looking out for you. I don't want you to fail. You know these people, Scorpio. So keep them guessing. Keep them in the dark until you sign the papers, until you're in such a solid place with this new partnership or relationship, whatever it is. And then just casually mention it in conversation. Oh, by the way. Huh. Or don't even tell these people. I won't even tell these people. They're not going to be able to contribute anything positive anyway. You know, just kind of let them see on social media like the other folk. You know, like they're not that important. If you were that important, I'd be telling you in person. If you're seeing it on my social media, it just means you're not that important, right? It is awesome, Scorpio. Overall energy and advice for Scorpio. Bottom of the deck, intention. Reflection, kindred spirits, and patience. Yeah, definitely. And with reflection, I'm seeing reflection next to the moon and the Seven of Swords. Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing. Where they're not quite sure what's going on. You know? They're not quite sure what's going on. They keep trying to sneak a peek, and what they're seeing doesn't really make sense. Like, put a bit of a cloud around the situation. That's how you protect it, right? Where they keep trying to figure out what's going on so they can have an opinion about it, but then they don't know what's going on. They're not sure. You're not saying anything. You're not giving them any straight answers, so therefore they can't have an opinion. Do you know what I mean? But you're definitely meeting some sort of a kindred spirit. And again, this is like, it could be like the Two of Cups energy, right? I'm definitely seeing love for a lot of you, where you're meeting someone it could be the one for you with the Empress. Or if you already met this person, there's some sort of very beautiful development happening. I don't know if it's moving in together, or I don't know if it's proposal. I don't know if it's pregnancy with the Empress, or talking about pregnancy, talking about family. And with patience, yeah, just give it some time. Focus on it on your own. Develop it on your own. Don't tell people about it yet. Okay? Don't tell people about it yet. Because intention is important here. And if you tell these people and they're being very negative about it, they will get inside your head and they will shift the energy that is being fed into this situation. Does that make sense? And from something that is so beautiful and so positive, it could be something that is very confusing and you're not sure anymore. And you might then sabotage it. Does that make sense? Either way, Scorpio, something amazing is happening for you. Again, just protect it from these negative people. Don't tell them. That's how you protect it. Don't tell them. Keep them guessing. Pretend you don't know. Play the fool. Okay? But it's beautiful. So you'll tell me what this is, please? But it's amazing. All right. Where are we? Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. As always, watch the intro as well. There's information for you there on specials. Anything else I want to make an announcement about will always be in the intro. So let's see what's going on for Sagittarius in the week ahead. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. In the situation, we have the Three of Wands. As the challenge, we have the Fool. In the outcome, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, Strength. Yeah, something that has kind of been stuck. You've had your eye on it for a very long time. You've been preparing for it, planning for it, envisioning it. And it could be to do with relocation for a lot of you with the Three of Wands. It could be to do with changing jobs or changing careers. Going from one thing to another in a very big way, right? The challenge, you were more than ready to take the plunge. You were more than ready to just jump and to just go for it. But it's in a challenge position because you weren't able to do this. If it were up to you, you would have done it in a second, but it wasn't up to you. There were things in the environment with the full major arcana energy that were out of your control, Wheel of Fortune, and for whatever reason, it wasn't open to you, wasn't available to you, wasn't accessible, there was delays. But you hung in there, you persevered with Strength card, or that is your advice. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, there's going to be some change and some forward movement. It's very good change. It's forward movement. Things picking up speed with this. Okay? Let's get more information here for Sagittarius. With the Three of Wands, we have the King of Swords. Yeah, I feel like paperwork was an issue. There was paperwork delays. Dealing with courts, and that was delayed, and there was a backlog. Legal requirements, visas, waiting for someone's divorce to go through so they're officially available to pursue, or you can finally move in together, waiting for the house sale to go through, and there's been delays and backlogs with that. Okay, with the Fool as the challenge, yeah, the Ace of Pentacles, waiting for green light, approval. For some of you, you've been saving up, and that's what's caused delays. You've saved up. You've been working on your money, saving. So you wanted to jump for something, but you weren't quite where you wanted to be financially in order to do that. So you kind of had to just be patient with yourself and just do the work, save the money. And maybe this is the week where you complete your financial goal, or you get the money you applied for in order to be able to do this, and it's coming in. And with the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, look, the Nine of Pentacles. Absolutely. Change in status is coming up here as well. With the Strength card, we have Temperance, definitely. Divine timing. Something wasn't ready for you to just jump for it, even though that's what you wanted to do. Something wasn't ready, and it could be to do with money for some of you. Your finances weren't quite where you wanted them to be, or your finances weren't quite where the requirement was when it came to finance. I'm definitely seeing relocation here, visas, starting a business, something along those lines. And there were some very strict requirements, and even though your heart was ready to go, the money wasn't right, the requirements weren't quite met. And this is the week where everything comes together, the money's coming in, or you're reaching that number, you're reaching that figure, you're reaching whatever the requirement is, and it's like, go. Now you're in a strong position. Before, you weren't in a strong position. Your application wasn't strong enough. For others of you, I feel like a relationship was holding you back. I have to be honest. Because a change in status is how a change in your status creates a change for the better in your finances, or a change for the better in your career. So that tells me that something that was a bit of a dead end situation, a bit of a stuck type of relationship, that has kept you stuck on an energetic level. That was stagnant, therefore your energy was stagnant, therefore the energy of the situation was stagnant. And I feel like there's some sort of a breakup, separation, divorce. And that is what now, a change in status brings the change and moving forward in the situation. Does that make sense? For those of you, I'm definitely seeing you becoming an entrepreneur, going self-employed here. And for others of you, you've been doing that for the past 3 months or 3 years with the 3 of Wands. Something around the number 3 was a requirement. Like you have to have 3 years of tax returns on your business in order for you to then be able to buy a house, or in order for you to use that business as collateral for something, or to get a mortgage, or to get a visa and be able to prove that you can support yourself off that business. Does that make sense? Some big win is happening here for you, Sagittarius. Absolutely. Whatever this is that you have been laser focused on, it's moving forward as a result of a change in status. Change in status in an application, change in status when it comes to romantic entanglements, you or someone else. Change in status. I'm seeing something going from pending to approved. Woohoo! And it could be an application as well, to do with money, to do with mortgage, to do with whatever. You tell me, but either way, it's awesome. Listening. Yeah, you're getting news. You're getting news. Also, you've been listening to the advice you have been given, whether that's spiritual or actual legal advice or financial advice. That has also contributed to the change. So we have innocence at the bottom of the deck. We have listening, reflection, and ancestors. We've seen the ancestors card quite a bit. So for some of you, yes, you are getting advice from someone very experienced, and then you're taking the advice, and that's what is making this difference. That is what is getting things moving. Someone who's very wise, someone who's done or doing what you're trying to do. And I feel like you're really paying attention to what they're telling you and applying it as best as you can. And it's that turns the wheel for you as well. Does that make sense? I'm definitely seeing an energy here of separating yourself from a group, family, familiar territory, maybe a relationship, something that has been in place in your life for quite some time. And it's been a bit of a comfort zone for you is what I'm getting with the innocence energy. You've kind of, not necessarily codependent, but you've been leaning on this person, on these people. You've been comfortable being surrounded by others. You've been comfortable just fitting in and just kind of being part of a group, right? But I'm seeing you kind of breaking away, and that could be the change in status. Doing your own thing, going at it alone with the Fool card, believing in yourself, and it's that change in your mindset, change in your attitude that sparks the change in the external as well with this process, whatever this is for you. You're not afraid to release. You're not afraid to go at it alone. Okay? So, I will leave that with you, Sagittarius. I don't know what you're doing, but it's working. And I remember all the readings we've done when I was telling you, go for it. Just go for it. Just do it. Just do it. You know what you're doing. You're ready. You're ready. But until you get there, until you feel ready, anyone can say anything, right? And I'm fully aware of that. And I think I would say, you know, you do what you feel is right for you. But this is saying you're ready. You can go for it, right? And it looks like you're finally there. So, good for you. Share some good news. When you get this news, make sure you share it with us so we can all be happy for you. Because we know it took you a long time to get here, didn't it? And a lot of work. Queen of Wands. Yeah. shining, standing out. Good for you. All right, moving to Capricorn. Hey Capricorn, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. And if you're skipping ahead, as always, watch the intro as well, because there's information for you there on specials, readings, and anything else that I want to make an announcement about, okay? What is going on for Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. Capricorn in the week ahead. In the situation, we have the Hangman. In the challenge, we have the Fool, what's been stuck. In the outcome, we have the Magician. Well, it's not going to be stuck anymore. All majors. Bottom of the deck, the Nine of Swords. You're ready to leave something behind and just go in a completely different direction. You've been dreading it and doubting yourself. Maybe confidence has been an issue. Maybe money's been an issue. And so you have chosen to stay where you were, whether it's a job, whether it's with a person or a group of people, or in a particular place. You have chosen, with the Hangman, to stay there, telling yourself you're not ready, you can't do it alone, it'll be too much, it'll be too expensive, it's scary to be out there by yourself, it's scary to take a chance. And it's true. However, it was not necessarily the case for you. You have been ready. With the Fool, it tells me that you've been ready to go for quite some time, but you've been giving yourself reasons not to, hence the Hangman. In the outcome, though, we have the Magician, a new beginning. So are you walking away from this that you have tried not to walk away from? Or is it a case of something has been stagnant, which has made you think, you know what, I should just leave this behind, stop waiting on it, and just do my own thing? And it's that which is now moving forward. Because I'm seeing like the Fool's ready to go. Let me show you the cards. He's like, I pack my bag, I'm ready to go. But he's looking back to the situation with the Hangman that has been stuck and stagnant. So it's like with the Fool, I'm ready to go. I wouldn't want to go, but nothing else is going on with this. And it's just been that dance in your head with the Nine of Swords. But it looks like there's definitely a new beginning here. There's definitely something starting. I'll get more information to see if it's you venturing off alone or the situation that is stuck. I'm leaning more towards the situation that has been stuck is moving now. And so you can kind of come back to it in a way. Let's get more information for Capricorn. With the Hangman, Queen of Pentacles. With the Fool, King of Wands. Restless energy. With the Magician, yeah, the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's this that you've already invested in. Under the Nine of Swords, the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, other people were involved, and that's what stressed you out because you couldn't control what other people were gonna do, or it's other parties like a bank or people deciding whether or not you're gonna get the house, the job, the promotion. It's something that is part of your long-term goals. It's something that was a plan. Something that you had committed to. Yes, this is what we're doing. Again, involving other people. The challenge is the longer you waited, the more restless you got with the Fool and the King of Wands, to the point where you're like, I'm just gonna, I think I need to do something on my own. Because I think the feeling that I'm getting is you joined these people, this team, this group of people. You joined them because you thought it would be beneficial to you and your own long-term goals, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know if it's because there were so many people involved, or it's because of the people, so many other people had to have a say in the situation that has caused these delays. it has made you think, you know what, I'm probably better off alone. But this Three of Pentacles situation is becoming the Four of Pentacles, right? So there is progress, there is advancement with this Magician number 1 energy. So this that you've already invested in, this is what is finally moving forward, finally developing. You're finally seeing the next step in that plan. Does that make sense? So whatever this is, it's pretty much saying, you know what, don't give up. It is happening. I feel like it's something where you didn't want to spend your money, only your money, if you could team up with other people who wanted to do the same thing, and you would have split the investment. Does that make sense? But then the longer it took, the more you thought, you know what, I'll spend my own money. I'll be the only one responsible. I'll do this on my own. But it looks like you're seeing the next step. You're seeing progress with the group, okay? With the initial plan that involved the group. Because you've been going back and forth with that Nine of Swords for a very long time. Should I just do it on my own? Should I just... But it's like, I don't really want to spend my money, though. If I can get there with them so that I don't have to spend my money or just my money, then that would be better for me. If I could get a loan where I contribute part of it and then the rest of it is the loan, and then when I start making some money I can pay that back and stuff, but I don't have to have all the money up front, that would work better for me. But then the longer the bank took to decide, or the longer whatever this investor or this banker or this whatever supporter took to figure out the numbers to decide, or to whatever, actually do something, the more you thought, you know what, I will spend my own money, it's fine. But again, I feel like you're seeing movement with the original plan involving you and someone else, or you and other people collaborating, pooling your resources. Mercury Retrograde is kicking my behind, people. I can barely talk. Pooling your resources together to achieve this common goal, and it's happening. So awesome. Let's see, Oracle energy and advice for Capricorn. Playfulness, yeah, definitely. A reason to celebrate. A reason to celebrate. That could also be the case if you've just joined a new team, right? At work, or you joined a group of people because you're taking some training classes or whatever, and you're thinking, you know what, I thought I'd benefit from working with these people, but they're just getting on my nerves, nothing's getting done, or whatever. And it looks like, again, something's happening where there's progress. There's progress. You're reaching your goal with these people, right? Or you finally feel like you're fitting in. You're finally feeling like, okay, yes, everyone is doing the work. It's not just me now. So that's good. I'll stay. I'll be a part of this team. I won't leave this job. I won't leave this, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. Freedom. You have been stuck and you have been considering leaving. Enchantment. Yeah, because you started thinking, you know what, they were just making promises, but it's never going to happen. I've just been taken in. Taken for a fool. And celebration. Definitely. Yeah, so whatever this is for you, Capricorn, it's happening. It's happening this week. The original plan is moving along. You're reaching your goal that you had with these other people, or involving these other people or this other party. Okay, that is what is moving forward. That is what you're now completing. So congratulations. Good for you for hanging in there. I can see it wasn't easy. And I can see a lot of self-doubt. Like, you know what, maybe I should just do it myself. It's better if I do it myself. I told myself it would be better if I had helped, or if I got some support or whatever. But you know what, I'm just gonna... But no. It's happening. It's good. It was good that you worked with these people. It was good that you teamed up. It was good that you pulled your resources together with someone else, because it's paying off. Okay? So you tell me what this is, but it's looking good. It's looking very good. Okay? So no, it's not time to bail. Short answer. I mean, you can do whatever you want, Capricorn, but if you just hang in there a little longer, the original plan will go ahead, involving others in some sort of capacity. All right. Who's next? Aquarius. Hey, Aquarius. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. And as always, if you're skipping ahead, also watch the intro. There's information there on specials I'm running, any other type of reading I'm offering, any other announcement I want to make will always be in the intro. So it's always good to check. So let's see what's going on for Aquarius in the week ahead. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. Okay. In the situation, we have the Moon. The challenge is the 9 of Wands. I'm getting frustration. Yeah, and the outcome is 7 of Swords. Frustration because you don't know. Or frustration because someone's keeping you in the dark. Or frustration because someone else is confused and you're like, well, I don't have time for this. Or someone's being evasive. And it's pushing you to the limit, to the point where you're like, you know what, I'm just about ready to just give up on this. Bottom of the deck, the 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. So, or this could be vice versa, where someone is pressuring you into making a commitment, but you're really confused. I don't know if you're confused if it's the right person or the right company or the right business opportunity to commit to, if it's the right home or property. I don't know, but you're confused about the thing, the person, or the timing of it. You're confused, you need more time, but I feel like your back is up because someone's really pushing you with the 9 of Wands. They might even be giving you ultimatums. And I get this frustration of, if only you gave me some more time for me to figure it out on my own. If only you just stopped pushing me. Because if you push, I'm going to walk away. And it might be that I also want this. I just need to get there myself. Does that make sense? In the outcome, you have the 7 of Swords. So we'll see what this is. Because I don't know if with the 7 of Swords, you just walk away because it's too much. Or if it's a case of you kind of know it's not what you want. Because I get this, again, this frustration of, can't we just be here a little while longer? I don't know yet if I want anything more at this stage, but can't we just stay here and be happy for a little bit? I'm getting this like in romantic relationships. Okay, let's get more information here for Aquarius in the week ahead. With the Moon, we have the Hierophant. Yeah, commitment, marriage, starting a family, making some sort of a really big commitment. With the 9 of Wands, Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. Definitely someone who's just really fired up. Like, come on, come on, come on. But I feel like you're dealing with someone who doesn't quite get the seriousness of this commitment. Like, to you, it's a much bigger deal than it is to them. They're more impulsive. They're like, let's just do it. What's wrong? Let's do it. What are you waiting for? But for you, it's like, no, this is a big deal. We need to be sure this is what we want to do. And I feel like that's what's creating the tension and the frustration. With the 7 of Swords in the outcome, we have the Ace of Wands. Under the 10 of Pentacles, we have the 3 of Pentacles. The feeling that I'm getting, Aquarius, is you... It's like, you can't say yes 100%, but you also don't want to lose this. And you're having to do some very fast math. And I feel like you're getting to the conclusion of, I think I'd probably say yes. I don't want to say no because I know I don't want to lose this. So I'm not 100% there, but I'm mostly there. So I'm gonna go for it and just kind of hope for the best. Because there's fears, okay? With the moon and the Hierophant, I feel like there's fear of commitment, okay, is what we're looking at. Fear of commitment, or, yeah, and that commitment could be living together, getting married, starting a family, relocating for this relationship, for this person. Changing jobs. Being part of a large corporation, and maybe you've been working for yourself for the longest time, or it's the other way around and this is about working for yourself. There's fears there. There's hesitation, there's fears, there's doubt, but they're very personal to you, okay? You can't explain it. It comes from the past, and you recognize that what you're thinking and feeling may not necessarily be the truth, okay? So you're afraid of this, but you're recognizing the fact that, you know what, maybe that's just my fear because of what I've been through, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad idea. Does that make sense? I feel like you trust this other person or this group of people with the Three of Pentacles. They have knowledge, they have the foundations down, they have the wisdom, the inspiration, and I feel like you're going to try, you're reluctant, but you will try to use their excitement for it, their faith, their belief in this, their conviction, their confidence in this, and go for it. You're not 100% sure. Nine of Wands, Seven of Swords. But listen, look at the top row, right? The Moon, the Nine of Wands, Seven of Swords. There's fear, there's doubt, there's confusion, there's hesitation, there's defensiveness, but you recognize that this could just be self-sabotage, right? About trusting another person, about being in a commitment, about working together with someone else, about trusting someone else with your money, trusting someone else with your business to welcome them in. But listen, this commitment, if I'm reading it, that's what's going on in your head. That's what the situation is. This commitment, even though it's new for you, you've never been in this at this point before, right? By taking a chance with the Ace of Wands and just going for it, being inspired and letting that inspiration rule you, it does take you to your happily ever after with the Ten of Pentacles. Okay? The only iffy cards that I'm seeing, it's what's in your head. Because if we look at the situation for what it is your path to a very stable, solid, long-term, profitable investment. Whether that's to do with your money, your love life, all of the above. Okay? So I like that at least you're recognizing that what's going on in your mind and in your heart that's causing your fear or doubting, causing you to doubt this. I like that you are recognizing that it could just be self-sabotaging behaviors. Okay? Some trust issues, some commitment issues, some abandonment issues that are being brought to the surface because you're pushed into the situation, or you feel like you're being pushed into the situation because you're not the one initiating it. But you wouldn't have initiated it in the first place because of all these commitment issues. Does that make sense? And so it's like you're recognizing all of that and you're saying, you know what? It feels a little pushed, but I know that's me, and I'm actually glad that you're making this decision and you believe in it so strongly, because that also makes me feel a little bit more reassured and more confident, and just kind of saying yes and putting myself in this new situation, believing in it, will also kind of help me heal whatever these issues are that are causing me to doubt this good thing. Does that make sense? It's a lot of growth that we're looking at in these cards, and it's all down to you having the courage to trust someone else, right? and make this commitment. Fluff. Hold on. Oh my god, look. Oh my god, I wish you could see this. Basically, this is what I'm looking at. I'm gonna, because it's off camera. This is what I'm looking at. This is how they fell. I'm gonna mess up the cards for a little bit, but this is how they fell, right? What's flipped? Trust. I can't believe it. Oh, this is amazing. Yes, it's down to trust, Aquarius, and you're doing it. And believe me, or trust me, hey, see what I did there? It will pay off for you big time. Big time. So it's about trust, and trust is also your advice. Awakening, definitely recognizing some self-sabotaging beliefs and self-sabotaging patterns. You're definitely recognizing that. Not only that, but you are taking measures. You're trusting someone else, right? You're relying on them and taking measures to overcome, to heal these patterns. Surrender, absolutely. You're trusting and you're surrendering to this transformation of your work life, your career, your business, your love life. You're surrendering to the changes, to the transformation. You see how she just has her eyes closed and she's trusting. I trust where this takes me. And transition, you can't make this stuff up. Come on now. Some very, very big changes happening in your life, Aquarius. And for some, it will be external. People will be able to see what we're talking about here. So it will be some sort of contract signed or some sort of commitment made and people hearing about it. But for the most part, it will be internal. It will be a very big shift internally, a very big transition by you being okay, surrendering to this, working with this other people, with these other people, being with this person, teaming up with someone. Okay, it takes a lot of trust, really. It does, to really open up and be 50-50 in a partnership, whatever kind of partnership it is. It takes a lot of trust that if I tie myself to you, that will be beneficial. That will be, I won't get screwed, basically. I won't get taken advantage of. I won't get lost. I won't lose myself, right? I won't get hurt at the end of the day. It takes trust. And that's what's going on. That's what we're looking at, Aquarius. So good for you. I can't tell you how happy I am, because this awakening is healing these patterns. And it's actually a really, really good partnership that you're stepping into here. It's solid. It will be profitable for a long time to come. And again, that could be with money, that could be love life, that could be in any other way. And I'm glad to see that you're not letting your fears hold you back. So good for you. Okay, moving on to Pisces. Hi Pisces, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. I'm pretty sure you're skipping ahead. But watch the intro as well. There's information on specials, readings, any other announcement I want to make will always be in the intro, so it's good to check it out. So let's see what's going on for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. 8 of Swords. You don't see something coming. Interesting. Let's see. What's coming up in the week ahead for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. In the situation, death. Okay, that's cheerful. The challenge, the 10 of Cups. I see. Outcome, the Fool. Bottom of the deck, the 9 of Wands. And with the 8 of Swords, you're avoiding something or someone that is trying to make a comeback. Mercury Retrograde energy. Something that has been over for a very long time. It was a big deal. It was a big cycle that ended. you had to start over. It redefined, when this ended, it redefined, it asked you, you had to rebuild yourself, redefine yourself. So it could have been the end of a long-term relationship. It could have been the end of a career. It could have been the end of a living arrangement that you were in for forever. The challenge, 10 of Cups. Someone's trying to make a comeback, someone's trying to have a reunion, someone's trying to have a reconciliation. Because there's still emotion there. You're very defensive with the 9 of Wands. You've been through a lot, okay, 9 of Wands, because of this person. You've been through a lot. Like I say, it pushed you beyond your limit. It broke you. You had to put yourself back together and figure out who you are without this person, without this pain that they caused you. It was tough. So you're very defensive. Okay? You're very sure where your boundaries are when it comes to this person. I do see them reaching out to you. You see this coming. With the 8 of Swords, you're gonna try just not responding. If they push it, you might have a conversation to say, listen, just no. Because in the outcome, you have the Fool. The Fool is like, no, I'm free from this. I'm gonna stay free from this. No, thank you. No, I don't want to get back together. No, I don't want to have you in my life in any sort of capacity. Let's get more information here for Pisces. With the Death card, here's the 8 of Swords. With the 10 of Cups, we have the 5 of Cups. Yes. Come back around, energy, I'm telling you. Because of unfinished business. There's still a lot of emotion there, don't get me wrong. But what you've learned from this experience with this person, you can't unlearn. And the fact that there's still emotion there doesn't change anything. You've still gone, you still went through that pain. It still broke you. Do you know what I mean? And with the Fool, the Ace of Cups, I'm going to pull one more. The Empress. Yeah. No. Yeah, no. With the 9 of Wands, the Page of Wands. Yeah, here's that communication that you see coming a mile off. Listen, this is what's happened. Now, I can't be too mean to this person or about this person, because I will say there is genuine emotion here. There is. There really is. However, doesn't change the fact that they're a page and you're the Empress, male or female. Now, what do I mean by that? You're just on different levels. Not one better than the other, just different levels. In terms of personal development, in terms of spiritual development, in terms of even finances, in terms of goals in life, what you want from life, you're just on different levels. Now, for some of you, I don't know. For some of you, I feel like, well, no, because under the Page of Wands is the 6 of Swords. I do feel like for some of you, you're seriously contemplating this offer. 10 of Wands. You're seriously contemplating this offer. But I feel like in the end, because you have all these movement cards, in the end, you'll be like, no, it's less than I deserve. Or it's just not what I deserve. Or it's not what I want for myself. Okay? I feel like there could be a conversation with the Ace of Cups. What just happened? My screen just went whatever. There could be a conversation with the Ace of Cups where there's just an outpouring of emotion. There's asking for forgiveness. There's some sort of a confession because someone needs to get something off their chest. But I feel like in the end, you're saying no. You're getting closure. And you're saying, no, thank you. I don't want to repeat this. I'm sorry. For those of you, I feel like you found love somewhere else with the number 3 there. You found love somewhere else. And it's what you deserve. It's what's on your level. And you might be telling them that. Because look, for some of you, I feel like they just showed me this. For some of you, you're in the 10 of Cups energy. You found love with someone else. You found love somewhere else. And you're looking at this person from your past with such pity with the 5 of Cups. And you're so sorry because they're still lost. They're still lost. They haven't learned from the experience. So they keep going through the same thing over and over again. But it's like you're looking at them like, I can't help you. And I know not everyone is dealing with love. And if this makes no sense to you, I would definitely watch your other placements. But, I mean, that's what I'm seeing. And if you were to just take the energy of the situation, something that was over, it was very difficult, to say the least. It might be trying to come back around in whatever capacity. But I feel like you've already moved on. 10 of Wands, 6 of Swords. You've already moved on. You're telling them no. No, thank you. So let's see. Oracle energy and advice for Pisces for the week ahead. We have beauty, and that's like the Empress energy. They're very drawn to you. You have a lot to offer. You're just gorgeous. Male or female, I don't care. And I don't just mean physical. On an energetic level, you shine. Because you've learned a lot. And you have fed that back into yourself. You've made changes. You've grown. You have this confidence about you. You have this self-love. That is what is making you shine. Divine timing, change, and peace. I feel like, yeah, for a lot of you, a lot of time has passed. A lot of changes have happened, yes, especially for you. But I do feel like someone's trying to come back, if nothing else, to make peace. If nothing else, to make some sort of a confession to you and ask for forgiveness. They're not okay with how things stand between the two of you. They have not been okay for a while. Now it'll be down to you what you want to do here. If you want to forgive them, if you want to take them back, if you want to have them around as a friend, I don't know. It'll be down to you what you want to do. But I feel like if nothing else, you will get peace from this conversation. So take it as it resonates, okay? You don't have to talk to him. You don't have to see him. I feel like you don't want to see him. You haven't seen them in forever. You don't want to see him. You're fine. I feel like you've had to move on without closure. You've had to move on because they just turned their back. And you got to the point where you're like, you know what? I don't need closure. I got my closure. I gave myself that closure. But they feel guilty. There's a lot of guilt. The 5 of Cups here. Sorrow, guilt, regret. And I feel like they want to tell you about that. But again, I feel like you've already moved on. You're either telling them I'm happy somewhere else, or you're telling them, you know what, sure, I forgive you if that does anything for you, fine, but no, I don't want us to be friends. I don't want us to stay in touch. Just no. 9 of Wands energy. No, I'm done. This has served its purpose in my life. I don't want to go back to it. There's nothing there for me. Okay? So it'll be a little different for everyone, but you tell me what it is for you, okay? And be mindful, because I feel like, again, they're coming to you now because you're shining, because you're so confident, because you're doing amazing. And it's like, well, what are your real reasons? Why haven't you, you know, said anything until now? And you had to wait. I feel like there's something big revealed about you, like you have this amazing job now, or you've gone through some sort of weight transformation, weight loss, or body transformation, or your love life is doing awesome, right? And they're seeing it and they're just drawn in, and you're thinking, well, why now? You know? I will leave that with you. You will trust yourself. You know what you need to do. You're the Empress, male or female. You know your worth, and there's just no doubt about it. So I trust you'll know what to do in the situation. Okay? So I'll leave that with you. Looking forward to your thoughts and your feedback, definitely. But yeah, check out the specials. Check out any other information I put in the description box below. There's always something in there. Let's have an absolutely fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.